picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And some space here. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Lamar changing the play. One of the tight ends comes in motion. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw, Watson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Despite the complete... Wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 32 yards. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston now. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They go play action. Winston. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle but couldn't spring himself free. Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd down and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. Jackson now. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Inside handoff, Henry. They find some open field here. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Jameis to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Winston. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Throwing is Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. On the counter, it's Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry. from 6 yards away. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 7. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interception.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Oh, the return is Prochet. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Off the play fake, Winston sliding out of the pocket. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Winston, he's going to audible to something else. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Browns are right back in this football game. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Following the interception, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
2nd and 10. Play fake. Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they'll change things up. To throw, Winston. Flushed out right. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jordan Akins, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Browns are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Now Jackson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Play action now. Winston. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here we go, even. Hey, let's get it to work.
Now Winston. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to it after the pick six. Winston.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
That is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here we go. This is 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. From the gun, Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the fourth. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
A short throw caught by Andrews. On the move past the 40. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that'll be caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last shot now for Winston. He's going to look deep for more. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Real quick, ready? Hey, officer, what?
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
In motion left goes Sutton. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Now he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Throwing Nix. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On play action, here's Nix. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
That one out wide and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Report.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 36 yards. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap. To throw, here's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw is Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A shotgun handoff to Henry. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, That's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Nix to the air. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far, and while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely, 28 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. They run it again with Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They give it to Williams, running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Nix to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
13.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson being chased out left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game. 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Nix finding Williams once more. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing Nix.
Buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Nix from the shotgun.
Shakes off the sack. He'll buy. And a loose football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a 1-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him at the 12. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0.
That's taken in left side by Vele.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. To throw is Nix.
Touchdown, Broncos. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Middle. Sit hot.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
He's back to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as the understand where they are on the field?
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Off the play fake. Nix. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. On play action, here's Nix. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And remember now, a field goal does you no good. This is touchdown or bust territory. So they took a late shot for the end zone, but the defense, as they've been all game long, up to the task.
They're going. It's Nix. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that? And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's 1st down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
On dub. When I roll 20 deep, so it's drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Rolls down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man. Watch how I move, you mistake before I play up. Been hit with a but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the LA, they saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, the show, they tell you I'm loco. And the plan is to put the rap game in the choke. I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. A girl from Wooded, they ready to find me in the club. Full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting. You can find me in the club. Full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting. the feeling. I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, get in the getting. Don't try to act like you don't know who we be, neither. We in the club all the time, so pop on. Shady aftermath. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just can't win. Drown my sorrows, but they learn to swim. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Head in a bottle, put my heart in a case. Head's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the right at the end of my road. At the end of my road, I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Try to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little good news. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. All I really need is a little. Something bring me back to the middle. All I really need is a little good news.
Something new. Stop, drop, shut 'em down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how busting grapes. Think you holding weight, and you haven't met the apes. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Yo, is y'all people crazy? Be swayzy, stop acting like a baby. Mind your business, lady. Nosy people get it too. When you see me spit at you, you know I'm trying to get rid of you. Yeah, I know it's pitiful. That's how get down. Watch my get round. Make you suckers kiss ground. Just for talking. Oh, you think it's funny? Then you don't know me, money. It's about to get ugly. Whatever, dog, I'm hungry. I guess you know what that means. Come up off that ravine. Don't make it a scene. Give a dog a bone. Leave a dog alone. Let a dog roam and he'll find his way home. Home of the brave. My home is the cave. And yo, I'm a slave to my home is the grave. I'ma pull papers. It's all about the papers. Caught the papers and now they wanna stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Man, look what you done started. Action written, you got it. Had it, shoulda shot it. Now you're dealing departed. Get at me, dog, gonna rip. This one here, I flip. No, when I kick, gonna be some slick. What would that look for when I walked in the door? Oh, you thought you was raw? Cause now you on the floor. Wishing you never saw me walk through that door. With that. Now it's time for bed. Two more today. Got the floor. Yeah, that. Another unsolved mystery. It's going down in history. They never did to me. Can't get to me. Got to make a move. Got a point to prove. Gotta make them groove. Got them all like ooh. So to the next time you hear this dog rhyme, try to keep your mind on get prime. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
Yeah. Flip mode. We come. About to explode.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust.
Come on. What?
Hot. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, Bill ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll be with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with it, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros.
Do
like
you really
that.
wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me,
Ain't God we trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us. Yo, we murder us. A lot of people is wondering and they curious. How me and my unit do it is so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others be walking around fearing us. Front, baby, like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry D.O. be playing us. 30 times a day to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all the be always serving us. All up in between they where they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Various, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, you stupid, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Fight the dust instead of you making the fuss. People know better cause they ain't no comparing us. Mad at us, yes, you know better, we fabulous. Hit my people off with the flow, that be marvelous. Oh, my whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners with us, straight up warriors. When I feel it, then I know you be feeling so glorious. Then we blitz and reminisce on my people notorious.
do you really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me.
show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted me and be your money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted man, her best friend is known around the way. I started hearing about her type. Always with the ball players, that's the one she likes. She got it done, and I guess they look alright. They call her princess, but she down in every. Getting out of DMs, trying to be a rapper. She won't get the W, I skirt off when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You meet a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them team that went the record. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you grew up down the street, my uncles up her brothers. I said, jumping back, been lit. You at? She was just running, Emmett Smith, running back. She gotta make it. Rubbing it, just caught up. Then she got me playing down, painting nails, calling me sound like the heads of the way I be chasing. You know she got them
Brands of the bed.
I'm in Miami, so know the
Bands of the
I caught her door back with a 50. She wanted the. She said, who? About to make me cancel this L. She said, hood is on, but she in a condo that her buddy own. Payment good, if she good is gone. Boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones, foot on all these. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes.
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list.
Bottles and believe we back in business. This is highly recommended. This for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers. Want to pick at a litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas, going 8-8. And you know ain't nobody.
What up? Showtime. Yeah, this is the big ticket. Culture Cop Town. I'm talking that King Richard. This like a movie. I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas. I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. This all bark. We all bite.
You gambling with your life? Well, let's roll the dice.
Don't be some problems if this dog in a fight.
That's right.
I'm just trying to get
Legendary.
open them wide.
Something like
Mind if I pull up with a few?
we can arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and I just take your money. All I wanna do is and I just take your money.
Hip hop took this globe.
We done did it.
Wanna see a mogul? We showing you how to pivot. Got this from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shotgun in case get out of pocket. Why you wanna press the issue? You need to stop it. Keep a lawyer on retainer for depositions and dockets. Back to the topic in case you forgot it. Anonymous head bobbing, baby, keep that popping.
Baby, I'm just trying to get
Legendary.
open them wide.
Something like
Mind if I pull up with a few?
we can arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and I just take your money. All I wanna do
run your mouth.
Come on.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Yeah.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit. Before I sat down, still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front to back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it, prick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, name. I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front to back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad or a sucker to test. Pimp, my too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best.